Good evening and thank you for joining us. Residents in some Ottawa neighborhoods are raising concerns tonight about thieves stealing items from their cars and from their porches. It comes as new police data shows a major spike in the number of thefts here in the capital, up 18% compared to last year. The hotspots are two downtown areas. According to the Ottawa Police crime map, in the first 7 months of the year, Rideau Vanier had the highest number of thefts under $5,000 at more than 2,700, followed by Somerset Ward at more than 1,300. CTV's Katie Griffin starts us off.
It happens in seconds.
The last few weeks has definitely been a spike in theft and other incidents in this neighborhood.
This is security video from John Mills's house in Centertown. It shows a delivery driver leaving after dropping off groceries and two people walking by. The man then returns, grabbing the bags off the porch.
Well, it doesn't make us want to move from the neighborhood, but it makes us frustrated with this being such an ongoing issue.
New statistics from Ottawa Police show between January and July 20th of this year, there's been an 18% increase in theft $5,000 and under, but a 26% drop in break and enters compared to the same period last year. The hotspots, Rideau Vanier and Somerset wards. Shadi Kupti works in Centertown. His wallet was stolen from his truck last week.
I tried to chasing him. I called the police and I start to stop my credit card, cancel him. But unfortunately, he took like $220 from my debit card.
The area councillor has also recently had a package stolen and says there have been increased police patrols.
A lot of this has increased in recent years as rents have become unsustainable. The cost of food has gone up and food bank usage is through the roof. And we have a lot of people with addiction issues who are not getting the health care, the housing, and the support that they need. Sometimes they're stealing to be able to feed their addiction. Sometimes they're stealing just because they need a meal.
Mills also recently had his vehicle rifled through and estimates porch pirates have taken nearly a dozen packages in the last few years. He's now considering using secure delivery lockers.
Everybody needs to be encouraged to report crimes, no matter how minor, because then in the crime map, police can at least see the bad areas and know where to focus their attention.
Katie Griffin, CTV News.
And safety is top of mind for Capital Pride organizers who say they're reviewing all security for events here in Ottawa, including the parade, after a deadly weekend attack at a Pride event in Germany. Here's CTV's Leah LaRocque.
It's supposed to be a celebration of love and inclusion. But this year, Capital Pride comes as the LGBTQ2S+ community mourns an attack in Berlin.
Certainly makes us take a beat in the office.
Over the weekend, a man drove a vehicle into a crowd at Berlin's annual celebrations, then stabbed people with a machete, leaving one dead and 29 people injured.
This tragedy in Berlin is going to come up on those meeting agendas, but the meetings were already scheduled, they were already in place, so we already had space to talk about these kinds of things and to adjust plans.
Capital Pride re-examining all of their safety and security measures.
We have emergency plans that are reviewed by the Special Events Advisory Team. Heavy vehicle mitigation is something that's already been top of mind for years, and we continue to work on and tweak.
Capital Pride says so far no group has withdrawn from marching in the parade because of the events in Berlin. But they say they will continue to have ongoing conversations with organizers and participants so that everyone has as much information as possible.
Ottawa's mayor says the city will do everything possible to ensure safety of participants.
We'll be ready to protect and support everybody as best we can. There's a different route this year. The police tell me it's going to be a little bit easier to secure. All the roads are going to be blocked.
The parade will start at Booth and Wellington Street, go up Wellington and down Bank Street, ending at Slater and Bank.
It's very tricky to plan security around multiple events happening over a geographic area.
Experts say there will be a heightened awareness.
So they're going to look at what were any failings that may have existed in planning. Did they not gather enough intelligence? Was there poor leadership? Was there lack of communication?
Capital Pride's goal is still unchanged.
When we're trying to, have a safe and celebratory event, especially like really highlighting that the celebratory atmosphere and the joyful atmosphere that we're trying to create.
Leah LaRocque, CTV News.
It was a warm and humid day here in the capital, and the humidity is going to really be the talking point for the next couple of days as we take our first look at the weather forecast. Jackie.
Well, taking a look at our overnight temperatures, getting down to about 18 degrees. Yes, there is a 60% chance that we could already see the showers moving through quite early, but the greatest chance will be on our Tuesday. Tomorrow's daytime high is 23 degrees. Factor in the humidity levels, feeling closer to 31. We are anticipating in the daytime 15 to 25 millimeters of rain. Key times for this will be between 1 o'clock and I believe 5 p.m. So we are keeping a close eye on this, and we could anticipate more rain in the evening as well. We'll get a full look at your long-term forecast and this in just a bit.
Well, 2 people under the age of 18 are now facing charges after a stabbing left a man with serious injuries. According to the area councillor, a parent was stabbed at Craig Henry Park in Nepean last week while trying to intervene in a dispute involving young girls. CTV's Josh Morano has the details.
A stabbing in a popular Nepean park, top of mind for many in the area, including Deirdre Guy with the Craig Henry Community Association.
I mean, everyone, of course, in the neighborhood is concerned. It is sad that it is happening and that it's turned out as it has.
Paramedics say a 55-year-old man was stabbed twice Thursday night while trying to intervene in a conflict involving several young girls.
That's scary. It's frightening.
We've lived here for over 40 years. And there hasn't been a lot of altercations in this park, so it's really surprising that it happened.
Ottawa police say 2 youths are facing charges. According to area councillor Sean Devine, it was a parent that was stabbed. He says police arrested 2 girls under the age of 15.
I'm glad that arrests have been made, but it's another concerning incident for this neighborhood.
Devine says residents have been raising safety concerns in the area for some time and believes this incident highlights the need to address them.
Parents have a right to send their kids to go play in the park at night and not worry about this. People in this neighborhood have a right to expect that if they do raise concerns, that they'll get response from the police and from the city.
Devine is calling for more visible police presence, but stresses a plan is needed to keep the park busy with events geared to families and youth.
If I can have a Craig Henry night market, if I can have movie nights in the park, that will just turn these spaces that are like just where kids are going to go hang out and put something positive in there. I need local youth to be part of the solution here.
For Guy, she's counting on the community to focus on the positive, hoping this type of incident will never be repeated.
Don't let it deter you from enjoying your life and getting out there with your kids and playing.
Josh Morano, CTV News.
A scary situation on Highway 416 involving a transport truck thankfully ended with no injuries. According to Ontario Provincial Police, a truck crossed the center median and drove for several hundred meters in the wrong lane after the driver fell asleep. This happened at around 4:30 in the morning near Bankfield Road. The driver of the truck was charged with careless driving. Meantime, a 33-year-old Ottawa man was caught going 80 kilometers over the speed limit, kilometers an hour over the speed limit, on Highway 417 over the weekend. The vehicle was stopped near Pinecrest Road at around 4 a.m. Saturday. OPP say during the traffic stop, officers saw open cannabis in the vehicle. That driver is now facing 7 charges, including impaired and stunt driving. Alto is conducting drone surveys in several communities to study the potential high-speed rail route between Ottawa and Montreal. The drones will be flying in the area south of Mare Bleu Bog, near Russell Road, Ramseyville Road, and Highway 417. The plan is to eventually run high-speed trains between Toronto and Quebec City, with several stops along the way. The first phase of the project is to be built between Ottawa and Montreal. And Ottawa Rapid FC star Kira Mellenhorst will be staying in Ottawa for a while.
Mellenhorst striding forward into the penalty area, right boot, and it is in the back of the goal. In the 36th minutes, another goal for Kira Mellenhorst, her 5th of the season.
The Rapid FC star signing a contract with the team. The midfielder She will stay with the team through the 2027 season. Mellenhorst grew up playing soccer right here in Ottawa.
According to the survey, parents do research digitally and compare online, but physical stores do remain central because families want to see the products. They need to confirm availability.
Still ahead, when it comes to getting supplies for kids to go back to class, why most parents are choosing to go old school. There's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is currently 21 degrees. Okay, kids, if you're still awake, you're going to want to cover your ears for this next one. It is time to think about back to school. New data shows when it comes to buying school supplies, parents overwhelmingly prefer to go in person to a store and not online to get what they need. Here's CTV's Camille Wilson.
Thank you.
Catherine Morin and her granddaughter, soon-to-be fifth grader Amelia, are getting a head start on back-to-school shopping. They have a list.
Probably like some pens, markers, and some pencils and erasers and stuff. Maybe a pencil case.
And a budget.
How about $40? Because it's our first day shopping. And she's got a dad and an aunt and,
and my mom.
Family's big.
New data from the Retail Council of Canada shows when it comes to school supplies, parents prefer in-store shopping, 99% of them.
We know that, according to the survey, parents do research digitally and compare online, but physical stores do remain central because families want to see the products. They need to confirm availability.
I like it in store myself so you can see what's out there.
Yeah.
More variety.
For this kind of shopping, nothing beats being able to touch the product.
Definitely in store. We like to test out our product. In store, you get to try it out, see how it feels, backpacks especially, check out the markers. We like to make sure we're getting the good products.
Back to school shopping is a giant business in Canada worth about $4.5 billion. Parents can pay between $600 and $750 a year, including electronics like a computer. The data shows people using digital flyers and online to check reviews and compare prices.
I'll go online and get the inspiration, but then I'll probably go in person as well.
Shoppers choosing to wait for promotions, comparing costs and finding deals.
Some things might not be in the budget.
Parents are expecting to pay more this year than last year.
I would like to watch prices. They do not care about prices.
There's school shopping, either the tools for the classroom or clothes and stuff like that too.
So how did Catherine and Amelia do with their $40 budget? Closer to $80.
No.
The cost is twice as much as we're aiming for.
Still, they found what they needed. Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Look, if you ask me, it's still too early to be thinking about or talking about back-to-school shopping. We still have a good amount of summer to enjoy and hopefully some more summer weather. Back to Jackie.
Environment Canada is calling for heavy rainfall to move through eastern Ontario for tomorrow. This gives you a picture of when we could expect this. Around 7 a.m., Pembroke could see some light rain moving through, mostly cloud cover for Ottawa, as well as along the Seaway, including Smiths Falls. It's not until after lunch, around 1 o'clock, that we could start to see this weather system that is moving through that could bring with it severe thunderstorms as well. This will move throughout our Tuesday to 5 p.m., passing through Ottawa and going towards Mont Tremblant. So we could be in the path of this storm moving through. Keeping a close eye on this, there could be a chance that Environment Canada issues a watch or a warning as well. 15 to 25 millimeters of rain moving through. Temperature starting off at 7 a.m., 19 degrees by the afternoon. 22, 23 is the daytime high. Could feel closer to 31. Now, taking a look at tonight's lows across eastern Ontario, still quite warm. Temperatures around 18, 19 degrees. This will carry on into tomorrow's daytime highs, about 23 for here in Ottawa, 21, 22 in Kingston. Bancroft and Pembroke a little bit cooler at 20 degrees, but you're going to add a couple of 6 to 7 degrees because of those humidity levels. Now, in terms of after that heavy rainfall moving through Wednesday, there is still a chance that we could see another weather system moving through. The focus will actually be coming from the east, and it will focus more on around the Cornwall area. So the valley could likely not see much rain. Ottawa, maybe perhaps a slight chance, but The winds tend to be moving or coming from the east, so we're keeping a close eye on this as well. Now, for your 7-day forecast, temperatures averaging between about 23, 26 degrees. It won't be until Friday that we will like to see that sunshine moving in. Fingers crossed this stays as is. 28 degrees the daytime high. Cloudy skies for our Saturday, but 27 is the anticipated daytime high.
The Northern Tornadoes Project is confirming 2 tornadoes touched down in Quebec last week. The first hitting Harrington in the Laurentians region, about 130 kilometers northeast of Ottawa last Tuesday. With an estimated maximum wind speed of 175 kilometers per hour, the tornado snapped power poles and trees, causing some damage to structures. Just over an hour later, there was a second tornado near St. Donat, about 50 kilometers northeast of Harrington.
It was the same storm that produced the 2 tornadoes. It was the St. Donat was about an hour later and about 50 kilometers to the northeast. So yeah, sometimes these storms, these supercell storms, the ones with rotation that you can see on radar, they can actually produce multiple tornadoes as they have a long lifetime.
No injuries were reported as a result of either of these tornadoes, though several buildings were damaged and some power lines were brought down.
We will get you. We have apprehended the previous shooters, all 3 of them.
Still ahead, another shooting outside the U.S. Consulate in Toronto. What we know about the attack and why a police pursuit was called off. A Sandy Hill drop-in center is set to relocate. Belong Ottawa operates Center 454 on King Edward Avenue, offering a space with meals, showers, laundry, and resources. The organization has not shared why it will be relocating, but says it was a decision with the city. It's now working to find a new space by January of 2027. Well, for the second time this year, bullets have been fired into the U.S. Consulate in downtown Toronto. It comes despite enhanced security measures outside the building, and even with officers in the area, the shooter managed to escape. CTV's Rahim Ladani has more.
A bullet hole can be seen in the front facade of the U.S. Consulate after a single shot was fired at 4:46 in the morning. The shell casing left behind by the fleeing suspect vehicle before a high-speed pursuit.
The direction of travel of this vehicle was along Gerrard Street East, eastbound towards the DVP. It's at this location where the pursuit was mostly engaged, and it proceeded northbound along the Don Valley Parkway. Because of the danger posed by the rate of speed of the suspect vehicle, at around Don Mills in the DVP, the pursuit was discontinued as per our procedures.
Police don't know how many suspects were in the white late model Honda Accord with no license plates, as it reached speeds in excess of 140 kilometers per hour. They also say aerial support was not available to continue the pursuit.
Had it been, no doubt the outcome might have turned out differently. It's a great advantage to police.
It was an officer who heard the gunshot while they were on surveillance in the area of University Avenue and Armory Street. 2 other security personnel were inside the U.S. Consulate at the time, but no one was injured. Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow describes the shooting as brazen, as there has been a police presence here for months, following a similar shooting earlier this year.
We will get you. We have apprehended the previous shooters, all 3 of them, and we will bring you to justice. You will be held accountable.
Police could not say whether they believe this shooting is linked to the same group responsible for orchestrating the incident on March 10th. That was described as a gun-for-hire scheme involving young people who were hired to commit crimes across the city. Veteran Toronto police officer Mark Pinizzato was killed while assisting in a raid tied to the probe, which has also been linked to a recent FBI terrorism arrest.
Threats and violence towards any persons within Canada are taken very seriously. I want to reassure everyone that our main priority is to keep our community safe.
The RCMP's counter-terrorism unit is also assisting in this investigation.
Toronto Police Chief Myron Demkew says he has been in touch with the U.S. Consul General and assured him that they are doing everything they can to find those responsible. Rahim Ladani, CTV News, Toronto.
It's a problem that is seen most often in the summer.
Still ahead, doctors raising concerns over surging eating disorder cases. We'll have those details when we come back. Fireworks will be lighting up the skies in Ottawa several times over the next few weeks. The 29th edition of Les Grands Feux du Casino Lac Limy kicks off Wednesday. There will be 6 nights of shows every Wednesday and Saturday until August 15th. Canada, France, Brazil, and China are all taking part in the international competition. And there will also be a number of road closures in the area around Lac Limy Casino on the nights of those fireworks shows. That includes parts of Laurier Street, Victoria Street, Elizabeth Briere Street, Des Allumetières Boulevard, Saint-Étienne Street, de Verdun Street, and Notre-Dame-de-Lille Street in Gatineau. The Alexandra Bridge will also be closed to both cars and pedestrians. Well, some doctors say they are seeing a spike in eating disorders among young people, and they say it's something they see every year during the summer. CTV's Sweeta Rassi explains.
Summer is the season many look forward to, but for some, it's the hardest time of the year. Dialogue, a Montreal-based virtual healthcare provider, is seeing a 57% jump in consultations for eating disorders.
It's a problem that is seen most often in the summer.
Dr. Mark Robbins says changes in routine, a lack of school supports, and the pressure of having a beach body explain the rise.
This is cyclical. It is a seasonal variation that we observe.
The numbers are even worse for young people. Consultations are up 73% for people aged 17 to 25. Lise André-Massé at Anorexia and Bulimia Quebec says nearly 300,000 people in the province live with an eating disorder.
We know that the first sign can start at 4 years old.
She says eating disorders can affect anyone. Men, she says, are often more pressured to look muscular, whereas women feel the need to look thin, especially on social media. Last summer, the hashtag Skinny Talk was banned on TikTok because it encouraged eating disorder behaviors.
We reach out to TikTok and say that it's something that should be banned.
Now, if you type Skinny Talk, what comes up are helplines, including one from Anorexia and Bulimia Quebec. But the problem doesn't just go away.
But they reinvent themselves. So the fact that this is there, it's concerning.
Eating disorders are complex and in some cases deadly. And with summer in full swing, experts say reaching out for help is crucial. Sweeta Rassi, CTV News.
Coming up, our CTV science and technology expert Dan Riskin captures something incredible on camera. We'll tell you what that sound was. Just ahead.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Take your weekend path. We've got the Bronco Sport for it.
There's one last live look at our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is still 21 degrees out there right now. We do have, if my memory serves me, some rain in the forecast and some humid weather. One last look at the forecast. Jackie.
Well, taking a look at tomorrow's wake-up weather, 19 to start things off. Yes, there is a chance that we could see thunderstorm route moving through as well. That's the risk. However, we are likely going to see a few showers. You definitely want to bring your umbrella. Tomorrow's daytime high is 23 degrees, 15 to 25 millimeters of rain moving through. The key period of this will be between 1 o'clock and 4 p.m. So we are keeping a close eye and monitoring this for you. Wednesday, chance of showers could linger in the early part of our Wednesday. Daytime high for Wednesday is 24 degrees.
Finally for us tonight, you have likely seen our CTV science and technology expert Dan Riskin on TV before. Well, now he's going viral because of this incredible video.
In this ravine by my house, there's a church bell that goes off at the same time every day. And when it does,
it sets off the coyotes that live in the ravine. And that time is coming up right away here. And I just wanted to see if I could get a video of it.
Sounds like a party down there. Clearly a ton of coyotes in the woods near his house. This video has now been seen more than 1 million times on Instagram, and he's bold. He's standing out there with his dog as well. That would scare me. Way to go, Dan. Good night, everybody.